Oh boy. Hey, that's cool. Never done this.
Uh-oh. Okay, so you really want to know, huh? Fine. I'm gonna start by telling you this. And this is important, so listen up. Your entire life, this one and many others, you've been a god who uses its absolute power to make yourself powerless. Entire cultures, especially this one, have all been afraid of their weaknesses, supposedly. When in reality, they've all been afraid of their power. This goes beyond the matrix of reality. This is something much deeper than that. This is eternal. This is fully realizing your consciousness. This is infinite. This is evolution. This is our divine right.
All right, everybody. Welcome to the podcast I call Bootsy Greencast because, well, I don't like court, frankly. Really excited today to have an amazing guest, a comedian, and someone that I've had a few chats with. Before we get started, I want to thank really quickly our guest. Well, of course, we want to thank our guest, Melissa Richelle. She's here, but we also want to thank Content Safe. These guys upload my stuff everywhere so that in every single video until the internet ever ends, I'll always have a tinfoil hat pasted on top of my head, just like that, which is amazing. So thank you for making that point.
Yep.
At least I've acknowledged it now. And you know, we have Melissa Richelle. She's a comedian. She's a crypto writer. I'm really excited to have you on the show. Thank you so much, Melissa, for coming and stopping by.
Yeah. Let's talk about some stuff since we've all been locked up in our houses for a while.
Yeah, and some of us still are, you know, and
Yeah.
I was excited. You know, we had previously talked about trying to do some comedy at the Porcupine Festival, which I told my friend Pork Fest. He was like, I hope they have good ribs, you know.
Right.
You know,
Probably.
I think there will be, but you know, it's just been crazy. So I think I tried to get us like a soapbox or something. I think they actually have soap boxes that you can just like step up on and like start
That's
yelling
good.
at
They had
people.
that in London.
Okay.
I studied over there for a little bit, and they had I can't remember the square, but that was literally people would just get up on soapboxes, and people would gather in a crowd, and you're kind of boring me. They'd go to the next one. It was like live social media. It was weird.
That's pretty cool. It's like a
Yeah.
literal soapbox. It's pretty neat. But you've been doing some comedy. You're really into crypto, and I saw one of your crypto
Yeah.
sets, and I thought it was great. So tell us a little bit about cryptocurrency and how you got into that with comedy and what in the world.
Yeah.
That's
Very
great.
weird route, right? Well, I've always been a nerd. I was a late in life virgin, so those are my people. And so it was only a matter of time before I found crypto. Because honestly, who else has that much time, right? Sit and read white papers. The people that aren't fucking, that's who. Okay. So yeah, they might not be the funniest on dates, but they know what's up when it comes to economics. And so yeah, I just kind of got into that, and I'm curious about a little bit of everything. So never had any intention of mixing the two, but turns out it's like you, Mike Sylvie, and me. So I'm like, man, I almost beat the men to this arena. This is cool. Like that is really cool because like I'm in this stage where like before feminism kind of got to comedy, right? So it was kind of hard to get booked on stuff when I started. And then a bunch more women started saying that. And then it got almost too easy where I was like, now they just want me because of a woman act, blah, blah, blah. And then it took a weird turn where I actually didn't get on a show because somebody that was trans got on the show. So like, yeah, I've gone through like a weird transition of being a woman in comedy. But as
Yeah.
far as I know, none are into crypto comedy. So
Well, you got a niche there. You stick
come
there.
join me, ladies. Come join me.
Fine until somebody has some, I don't know, some other sort of thing that they can throw in your face and be like, well,
Right. Yeah.
I have this now, or I wear a cape. I don't know. Anybody who wears a cape, I feel like they're gonna like just jump in front of me anyway. It's been crazy here in Atlanta because everyone is trying so hard to like get on stage, and
Yeah.
there's really not much audience. There's really not a whole lot going on, but
Really. So the people are willing to perform, but the people are not willing to go back out yet.
it's so in
Or maybe
some
they can't afford to.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, there's just so many comics. I mean, that are trying to, just get up. There's just a lot of competition there. There are crowds. I mean, but there's not enough for the amount
Right.
of people who want to perform. So
No.
it's pretty wild. I think there's something to be said for just doing things out of town. We did an out of town show not too long ago, and it went really well. Those
And
people
they're
are
always
not.
gonna like you more. They're always gonna be nicer to you than people in your hometown.
They were really nice. They were super nice, and they were so excited to have a comedy show. Some of the people there were like, "We've never had a comedy show. We never
Oh, yeah.
been able to go to a comedy show. So thank you so much." And I mean, they're none the wiser how terrible we are, right? Like they thought it
Right.
was amazing. So
You're like, they're all new, but yeah, cool.
this is a big win, It's like, no, you don't know who any of us are. We're just showing up in your town pretending like we know what we're doing and getting paid for it. So but they're not going to drive into the city, put a mask on, and sit down and watch they're just not going to do it, you know what I
Right.
mean? Like in the Georgia woods, it's just not it's just not going to happen. So I think there's something happening where, and I think comedy is special in that comedians really do push the industry, and you host your own shows, and you do all
Yeah.
of that kind of stuff. You have to be an entrepreneur. So for us as comics, I think that's starting to happen where we're building new networks, and things are just happening because they have to.
Yeah. Yeah. Like we're seeing, okay, who's gonna be the next like, Mark Maron and like Joe Rogan of how the space is changing now, because it's all online. Like I have a friend that he does really good corporate gigs in person, but now he's all his reviews are like he did really great in this Zoom show, and I'm like, not every comic can do that. Like that's going to be his thing. Cool, he'll make money at it.
Yeah,
I tried it. It's brutal. I don't like it. I
it's
can't.
hard. It's hard. I've only killed in a Zoom call for like a couple minutes, and then the rest of it, it's just hard to know. Like maybe
Well,
if people
you
could
see
like,
yourself. You see a picture of yourself. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I move my eyebrow all the time. And then I'm thinking of that instead of the joke. And then they don't want to hear a joke about that. And then I'm distracted. It's just, there's too many stimuli that way. It's nice when it's just a dark room. It sounds terrible. A dark room, you have the microphone, and then that's it. That's it.
yeah, it's so dark you can't see anybody in the room.
Yeah, you really feel like you're performing and you're on a stage. I'm a theater kid, so I like that whole, the dramatic aspect of it. And you don't get that on virtual. It's and the energy is stagnant. I remember I had a friend that did I think it's called like 7 Minutes in Purgatory. It's like a show where they film you and you're in a different room than the audience. So it's happening in live time, but you can't hear them laughing.
Oh,
And I'm like, whoa. And that was even before lockdowns happened. I'm like, I don't want to do a show like that. It takes away the whole reason that you want to do it.
yeah, it's
How
weird.
did you get in?
I just,
Comedy.
so I didn't realize that necessity. Like I was working, I was
Man,
working
you
with,
hit some lows. I'm sorry.
I was working on a sketch show, and there was
Mhm.
a comic that I thought was gonna, write sketch, do that kind of stuff, and he just at the last minute he couldn't work on it anymore. So me and my friend Jeff had to write everything. So I didn't, previously I'd taken a couple of improv classes, but I had never written any comedy before. But I really liked it, and then I realized, oh my God, stand-ups write their material too, and and as soon as I figured that out, I was like, well, I'll try it, So so for my 36th birthday or something like that, I just wanted to give myself the gift of humiliation and shame and
Yeah.
failure. I just wanted to suffer.
I mean, I did it in my 20s, but you waited, yeah, smarter.
But talk about losing your virginity late. I mean, it's all good. It's it's
I had
part
a
of
mortgage first, like legit. I'm all over the map.
I think it's so cool that you've
Yeah.
gotten that you've that you've been doing it. and that you've been doing stuff somehow related to cryptocurrency too. That just is super.
Yeah, it's very weird and niche, and I feel like I can't talk to normal people anymore. Like, it's bad enough when you speak libertarian. Then you speak libertarian and crypto. I mean, you just lose the last two friends that you got.
Oh,
Like,
it's so funny. Yeah, it is funny because like I try to get on a sort of a political sort of thing for a minute, and it's just not for me. Like people don't
yeah,
like it when I do that.
I wasn't even trying to. I was talking about economics, but I guess they are connected, related. But
Yeah,
really, I was trying to just be like, hey guys, this is why you should look into crypto. But they didn't want to listen. That's cool.
right, right. Well, I mean, people think they're open-minded, some people, and they're actually not. Like some people are just closed-minded on the other end of things, and ultimately I think really it just comes down to principle and a lot of misunderstood words. I think there's a lot.
Sure.
It's like I have a lot of friends, people in the spiritual, community who are like, oh, we need socialism. And it's like, okay, here's what you guys think socialism is. You guys all hanging out and finger painting and having a party. I'm all for that, right? Like
Me too.
that's you guys
But
doing your thing. Do whatever you want. I don't care. That's different than somebody doing socialism to you,
yeah,
which is not the
no
same.
consent. Like,
No, you'll be finger painting, with, I don't even want to go there, but
I know. I was like, ugh, I want to yes and him, but it's just gonna get weird.
let's just skip the joke.
And that's how you know this is being recorded, because we're
That's
skip the joke. You don't want to bomb on a recording.
Oh, I know.
You're like, that's just gonna be on a blockchain forever.
That's
cut
right.
it. Nope, I want it.
That's right.
That's
Can
one
you?
of the things I love. Some of the social media that's coming out now. Like, I like Twitch. I think it's a really cool platform. It's using BSV. Bitcoin Cash had one for a while. Ethereum's got a couple, but it's just like, I think of some of the dumb stuff I put on social media years ago that I like that I can delete it. Like, so kids nowadays have to be really, they have to be adults, honestly. Like, they have to have that forward insight to be like, maybe I shouldn't put this video on here because cancel culture might not think it's cool in 2.5 years, like, or 20 minutes. Like, you
Yeah.
don't know.
No, that's horrifying. No, I can just see somebody trolling us on Float right now. In about 5 years,
Nope. That was the other one. I'm friends with Aaron. I should have done that one. Sorry.
Yeah. No, I like Float. Float's cool because like they got their own blockchain. I don't know Twatch is.
To watch. I mean, that would be probably better SEO. It's Twitch, but it's too close to
TWE?
Twitch. I mean, there's too many T's.
Yeah, it's too close to too many things that I'm not supposed to say on this show. That's for
I
sure.
know, and I love the men in this community because, let's be real, there's like 4 girls. I've met them all already. I want them to be more. It's just they don't care yet. And I keep seeing on TikTok these videos that are these wives that are like making these videos where they're like, my husband's looking up crypto stuff again. And I'm like, dude, you have one of the best partners, you idiot. You're making this video mocking him. He's ahead of all sorts of people. Like, what? Like, go reward him naked. You know what I mean?
That's
Like, you
right.
don't get what you don't get.
That's right. He's trying to help you.
He's trying to set up your family here, and you're making a stupid video. Yeah. So I want more women to be there, but I don't know. It's like libertarian women are very, very cool. I don't know how they get there, but like, I feel like libertarians in general, most of them have been through at least some sort of abusive relationship, right? Which is why they see the warning signs with the government doing the same thing. They're like, oh, I dated this already. No, guys, stop. I'm out. Oh, that's my grandpa. Stop. Like,
That's so funny. Oh my God.
yeah. So yeah, libertarian women are like they're not pack animals like other women. Like, we go to the bathroom on our own, like we're weird.
Yeah.
I offend all sorts of women when I hang out with them because I'm like, oh, okay. Oh, you want me to go with you? I'm so sorry.
We still did that. Yeah.
It's a dependence mindset that a lot of ladies just kind of have. And I think that's why they're not really in the space. So, okay, if that's the issue, then we can address it. But otherwise, we're just putting out Facebook ads that aren't going to reach anybody.
Oh my God. How many millions?
Yeah.
Uh,
twetch and float instead,
Yeah, there's a lot of, there's just a lot of people in general who just kind of go along with the hive mind, disrupting that is something that I've been trying to do.
Yeah, but like disrupting a hive, sometimes you get stung when you do that,
Mhm. That's true.
which is why people don't bother.
Right. I just want to try like ask questions, like ask questions that are open-ended, non-threatening, not violent, like,
Right.
hey, what do you
Where
think?
is the nuance?
Yeah.
Like, I don't disagree, or I don't agree with everything that was said in your very well done intro, but that doesn't mean that I can't talk to you as a person, or I can't respect any idea that you've ever come up with, or that we
Yeah.
can't find any middle ground on any, like, no,
Sure.
that's insane.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Like I love talking about that kind of stuff. I'm glad to be able to disagree with people. That is really refreshing.
Because, well, okay, maybe I haven't thought about that, or maybe you haven't thought about that, or maybe neither of us has really thought about this. Maybe we shouldn't have a podcast yet.
Yeah. Well, most of the stuff, most of the stuff that we talk about, it can't be proved one way or the other anyway. It's like trying to like
Right.
figure out what our true human origins are. And then all of a sudden you're down the rabbit hole with Michael Tessarion about ancient aliens that,
Man, you lost me on that one.
hey, well, I'm telling you, it's a thing. You're like watching David Icke videos about the reptilians, and before you know it, like here you are, you still don't know the answer to the question that you originally were seeking the answer to, and you've wasted how much time watching and just consuming all this crazy content. I mean,
Yeah.
it's fun to think about, but like most of the stuff nobody really knows. It's like we might not agree on life after death or any of that stuff, but I can't prove it, and neither can anybody else. So,
Right. Personal experience, but that doesn't translate.
right.
So, yeah, it's
I only
cool.
I only know a couple people who can claim like NDEs and stuff. Like I have talked to a couple of people.
Really?
Yeah, but their experiences are different too. So that's
What
kind
were
of
you doing before you got into comedy? I feel like you got a weird group of people, and I'm curious how you found them.
so. Yeah, that's a good question. I was a TV producer. I did a lot of prank shows, and so
There we go. That's
I was,
it.
I was in I was in comedy, but just not doing it.
Not
Not
officially,
Yeah,
right?
not the
Yeah.
person doing it. And yeah, and then a lot of spiritual, it's just spiritual people. I read this book called Reality Transurfing,
Hmm.
and I narrated it and put that out a few years ago, and that it did pretty well. It's a pretty interesting book because it's based on quantum physics,
Hmm. My
but it's
favorite pastimes.
yeah, right. But like the way that he writes it is less. It's more scientific than a self-help book, if that makes sense, or a spirituality book. And he doesn't like drop like the God bomb on you, like all this stuff. I don't know. He talks about a lot of like nuance phenomenon that are pretty interesting, like just how the world works, like natural sort of laws and balance, and
Okay.
energies, like in the form of, like, let's say that thinking of a group and why certain groups take on certain characteristics, like that's almost its own sort of energy, and people like tap into that hive mind and
Right.
then become the expression of it. And then ultimately, one of the things that I love so much about comedians is we're all different, we're all so different, and and very I would say like skeptical mostly.
Right.
So very
I
asking
wasn't as a
questions.
kid, but yeah, as an
Yeah.
adult, I don't know where that came from.
But yeah, you don't see that like group sort of mind. But if you go to like a football game or just a
Oh
crowd in
yeah.
general or
Just
whatever, like
rah!
why are people so dumb in that environment? And
Yeah.
so the idea that he presents in that book is an idea called pendulums. It's also called egregores. It's also called tulpas and tulkus in Buddhism. Like, it's old. But
Wow.
but anyway, that's the idea, is that it's like this energy that's created that we don't see, that we're sort of influenced by. And it might explain phenomenon such as like being in a hurry, like, and then you just hit traffic, or like you're trying to pass somebody to the left and they just subconsciously walk that way. It's an interesting concept, but like it could he uses it for like schools of fish and an actual hive. Yeah,
Sure.
and ants and stuff too, that these.
Curious though, how does he do a book on spirituality without God?
Well, he saves it till the end.
Oh, okay. I'm
Yeah.
like, how do you paint fruit without the pear? You know, like how do you? Okay, cool.
Yeah, he does a good job of
So he just
convincing
teases you for like 20, 200
20
pages.
chapters. Yeah. Yeah. Basically.
Man, that's a play right there. This is
Yeah.
so good. You're gonna keep reading. Like,
It's a
whoa, okay.
it's supposedly channeled, right? Like, so that's what's so hot right now in the
Ah,
spiritual community, right? Like anything that's channeled, I don't care if they channeled it or Donald Trump
I
said it.
do. That's scary. People
If
don't
it makes
understand this world and they're tapping into stuff they don't understand. Like, be careful with that, you know?
yeah, no, I hear you there actually.
Because like you said, and you can be joining into these things that like
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
be
yeah,
part
yeah. No, that's an excellent point. I just mean if the information makes sense to me and I'm like, yeah, that makes sense, then I'm just going to go with it. I don't care how it got there really, but you make a really good point. And one thing that I personally try to do is like, I don't know, like I don't really want to take in information from some like weird outside entity or
of.
something.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Turn a
that's
Ouija board or
real. No, yeah, I don't mess with any of that.
no way,
It's
no.
terrifying that that is sold as a kid's toy. Like, oh, what?
Yeah.
How is it you have to be like 18 to drink, but you can just summon a spirit with a what? I don't even like saying the words. Like they're just gross. Like, oh,
Yeah, no, that's a great observation.
oh man, we need some better toys for the kiddos. We used to just have like a stick and a ball. Now
Yeah.
it's a
Either
board.
some demons or they're incredibly offensive. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like whoa.
Oh my
And then
god.
there's the same crowd that's like, oh, you can't mess with like Dr. Seuss. I'm like, but this board is cool. I don't know. Everyone's just super inconsistent. That's
Mr.
what bothers
Potato
me.
Head is
Like,
somehow wrong, but you
right.
can summon spirits from the sixth world with this thing, like
I
that's
mean, having a potato that you don't eat is wrong. Let's get that clear first. You're just using it as a toy. Like my Irish side doesn't understand that. So
that's a good one. Good joke, man.
it's just fun to talk to someone that's not my dog, you know? Like he's sick of all my shit. I've run all my lines on him.
That's awesome. Yeah, sometimes I walk around the neighborhood and I get weirded out though, something because people will walk by me and then I'll just be talking and they look at me like I'm a crazy person, which is
Yeah.
true. So
If you want to run your set like before a show, you should definitely warn the staff.
yeah.
I'm intentionally choosing to talk to myself. This is not something that just happens. We're good.
If you see me acting out like I'm an expressive Latina over in the corner, don't
Yeah.
worry, it's fine. I
I
promise.
get paid for that. That's on my tax return, actually. Like, we're a group of people, comedians. Hey,
Well, what got you into comedy? How did you start?
I don't know. Good question. I never really wanted to because I'm a very logical person, and this lifestyle's silly. It's silly. um, but I always got like the comedic role in the school play. You know, I wanted to be like the ingenue. I'm not the ingenue. That's okay. I'm the aunt with a funny hat and a weird accent and 3 lines, but you liked her part the best. That's what I always was cast as. And then my mom died and I had a crush on this dude and he was like, "You're really funny. I think you should try stand up." And I thought it was a date and it wasn't. And in all fairness, it seemed like a date. And so yeah, he just like kissed me, never talked to me again, and that's how I got into stand up. Was trying to impress a dude I thought I was on a date with.
That is
That's a
perfect.
stupid story.
That's the perfect comedy story. I love it.
Standing in the middle of the road, like, did I read that wrong? I think he sent that wrong, right? Like, what the heck is going on? Yeah,
So funny. No, that's great.
yeah. That's how I found it. Got aggressively dragged into it. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
And then you've been doing it ever since. I mean, you had to.
Well, you know, and part of it was I worked for this Jewish company, so I had to work Saturdays. So I was like, man, I can't do theater shows anymore. And if you can't be in the matinee, they're not going to cast you. So I just kind of started doing stand up more because it was at night, so I could work my day job and then just go straight there and not sleep and be a crazy person with my scheduling. But it worked out. Kept me busy. It's a fun time.
Nice. And that was all. That's all in Chicago.
Yeah, I was in Chicago.
Chicago. That's hilarious, though.
Old.
I mean, that is
Old.
that's a great story, though. I mean, it's
Yeah.
perfect, truly ironic. And how
And
did
he started dating someone that looked like me after all of that. I was just like, bro, okay, it's not me. This is definitely you.
that's bizarre.
Yeah.
And then how did you get into like asking questions about politics and cryptocurrency and
I mean, I don't really like politics because I mean they're all liars, right?
yeah,
Like,
right? Totally.
but yeah, crypto, spirituality, and I mean, once you find out like how banking works, right? You realize how much information is suppressed. And for me, that took me on to like how much is suppressed about like Jesus and that aspect of spirituality. Yours, it took you on a different aspect, but
Yeah.
seeing how much is to cover up that and how the financial world does all that, I was like, whoa, okay. I gotta figure out how to write some dick jokes about this because people
Yeah,
should really
right.
listen to this.
Oh, that's great.
Isn't that sad? We're living during the time where I'm like, here's something that would really help people's lives. Gotta give it to them in a dick joke, or they're not gonna
Yeah,
give a
yeah. There's only one.
Not gonna care.
There's only one way we can get this done.
Huh.
They only consume it via dick joke. It's
No,
it's a
terrible.
shame.
Where did the 90s go? We would have done it with Mbop or something like that, which is also terrible, but like a different type of terrible.
Well, tell me where you're going to be performing this summer.
Good questions. I have no idea. I don't know. I just did a couple shows this last week and it was just super different. It was just super different. So I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna keep doing shows about crypto maybe, but like normal shows, I don't know. I think I've just gotten too niche.
You've niched yourself out.
You're looking at me like, girl, I don't know what the heck you're talking about. I'm like,
Niche capped.
really? Yeah. I mean, yeah, we did back into a corner here. Comedy about digital currencies. So yeah, not much to go from here. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know yet. If you have a crypto conference, yeah, hit me up. Send me a message on my website.
Right on. Very cool.
Yeah. How about you? Are you doing besides Pork Fest? Are you booking stuff up? Or
I think I'm gonna
like nervous too. They're gonna do some. Oh, you can't go.
Oh yeah, right.
You know?
Well, who knows? I mean, I'm just gonna get up there on a soapbox, so it doesn't matter. They can't stop me. You know what I mean?
Right. You own the box.
That's right.
Your private property.
That's right. It's not official, but like I do have like a speaker and like some friends who have like a campsite. So
Legit. Okay.
yeah, so it's I'm gonna at least annoy them for 15 or 20 minutes. And then yeah, and then I'm doing like a thing at Midwest Peace and Liberty Festival
Legit.
in
Sounds fun.
Michigan. Sometime in August.
Oh, good. They need it. They've had a year.
It's been tough up there.
Oof. Michigan, I'm so sorry. I'm glad you're getting to have some fun.
Yeah. Oof, man. Yeah. It's been crazy. I've got a couple friends in Michigan.
And they have those Tim Allen videos. You didn't see that one coming, right?
No.
Like I was like, wait, how'd they get so bad? They've got the Calming Pure Michigan ones going on. What's going on here? Plot twist. Idaho was the place to be in 2020.
Idaho's always been the place to be. I think that they just mask how awesome they are by printing famous potatoes on the license plate. So you think that that's literally all that ever happens there. Idaho's
and my joke. You think I would have already been there, but no.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful though. It really is. I've been to a couple of different places in Idaho. Crater on the Moon Park is beautiful. We went to the Locksaw River in Idaho. There's like all these great like rafting destinations up there. I used to be a raft guide before a long time ago too.
Raft guide? What does that even entail?
You just like paddle people down the river and tell them jokes basically
No way.
all day. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's kind of
If
the
you made
best.
that a comedy club, like I would definitely do a drop in set. That's cool. That's really cool.
Yeah, it was fun. It was
Yeah.
definitely, but yeah, I think that hopefully, there'll be some like new networks happening, people.
Oh yeah, like Caster. That's
Yeah,
happening on BSV too. It's a new podcast platform. I don't know why they picked the name or why it's got a little ghost.
you're
I
telling me
don't know.
about all these new things I haven't heard
I
of.
know, right? I have some really smart friends on Twitter.
That's cool.
Yeah, so that one's cool, but I don't know. Some of these dudes, we need to like get them in touch with a marketing guy that goes through,
Right.
hey, let's Google this name before we pick it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Let's think about this. BitChute. Come on.
I know.
It sounds like an Atari just took a crap. You know what I mean? It's disgusting. BitChute. Man, come on. It doesn't, I don't want to upload anything that doesn't sound like
No,
it.
you're right. It does. It sounds like digital poop. Yeah, like come on.
That's gross. Oh my
You
God.
know, the comedians that have made it here, we should just like start a service where we like roast your white paper before you put it out. That way we can save you time. We'll see if it has any fart jokes in it and point those out for you accordingly. This is stuff an attorney will not find, so you need
Yeah.
a comedian.
Yeah. It's true. It'll be a deep look. Yeah. I heard about the one that was called Cummy. Am I right about that? Or something
No,
like that?
really?
I
Oh,
swear to God. Yeah. The
I
truth.
mean, you know a man named this. Come on, dudes.
It's really
You're
gross.
you're gonna miss half the market if you cut females out because you pick a gross name.
Yeah. It's a
Women
terrible.
are the ones that spend. You want them included. Like, come on.
Yeah, I mean, I can't believe it. There's so many different shit coins just come popping out of nowhere, and then my friend gets rich in Australia, and then he's poor the next day. I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Oh man, did he get arrogant or did he stay humble?
I think he's stayed pretty humble.
That's
but-
good. That's good. Otherwise, that'd be a sharp fall.
Well, tell me a little bit because I'm still new to crypto, and so while I'm out there at Pork Fest,
Legit.
I'm
Which
gonna.
coins well, I'm not asking like which coins are in your portfolio. Which
Sure.
coins do you think are a good idea or are good platforms?
I think that Ethereum is. I don't know much about Bitcoin.
Okay.
I looked into Cordal a little bit, and then the
R. I
the
mean, that
pirate.
one's just fun. That one's
Pirate
fun.
coin. Yeah, it is fun. And so I have all of those or like small bits. Like I just got drunk one night a couple of
Oh
years
boy.
ago and bought like $100 worth of Bitcoin. And then I looked and I was like, I have $800. I don't know how that happened.
That is what every comedian should do when they're drunk. Just
Yeah.
accidentally buy Bitcoin.
I don't know.
Do what this guy did.
Yeah, that's right. Who saw that coming? It's like
Oh man.
this was
There's
like
a
a
guy,
couple of years ago.
he's got jokes about how, yeah, he's like, I can't drink anymore. I never wake up in the morning and go, wow, I helped all those poor people out. No, you took your pants off and got kicked out of a bar. So yeah.
It would be.
Trying to buy some Bitcoin. That's
Yeah, I don't know. I just one night instead of maybe I ordered a pizza and like just got tired of waiting on it or something. I don't know. This was like a couple of years ago, so I don't
you're
know.
like, let me dive into this complicated tech and wait for
But yeah,
that.
like a lot of my friends have done really well and they talk to me about it, but I don't really know some of the alternatives or like how to or what to think about as a different alternative coin. I do know about Ethereum and Bitcoin. Those are kind of the two
Yep.
main
Okay.
things on the block. And then because they just gave me a bunch of money on their Discord server. They're so nice.
Oh, no way. Well,
Yeah.
that's cool. I don't know how that works, but awesome.
And I guess there's crypto in like library and some of the other.
Yeah. There's so many to learn, which is why I really think BSV is a good thing. And I know already your comments are getting me hate comments. That's fine. But because it's like you're using one unit of account, it just makes more economic sense than building on Ethereum, where if you're in Ethereum, everyone has their own coin and their own token going on. And so you're all competing. Like, it's like hanging out with a group of people that are improvisers. Okay. They're all trying to do a joke over each other. It's not working, right? It's just a bunch of noise.
Mhm.
That's kind of how I see Ethereum. BSV, it's like you're doing a group project together. If your business is successful, mine is going to be more successful because more people are going to use this one coin, right? And we know like the other team's got another one coin coming. So like, why don't we all get our shit together and work on one together? So yeah, I know people don't like it, but I also ask if you have opposition to it. Is it anything beyond just you don't like Craig Wright as a person? Have you actually read the white paper? Because if you haven't, you don't have much of an argument there. And then, okay, what's your legitimate reason why you don't think it is? Because it's like it hasn't checkpointed all these other things, right? All this nerdy shit. So yeah, it's I used that in my set. I was like, oh, if it was the Kardashians, then BSV would be Chloe. She's working on that revenge body. UTC is Kim because it's dramatic and expensive. And then Bitcoin Cash, I don't know, you the other one. That's me.
I know some people who like Bitcoin Cash because it is easier.
It's easy to use, right? And BSV is too. It's just BSV has like all this hate thrown at it where people are like delisting it. There's all this like shady stuff going on. So it's like Bitcoin Cash and BSV are the ones that are easy to use, but only Bitcoin Cash is like talked about. So keep BSV on the radar and play around with it, set up a money button, see how you feel about how easy it is to use. Because I've got another friend that's sending me all these like Ethereum platforms, and it's like, okay, now this one needs MetaMask, this one needs this, and you got to do the gas fees, and then you got to do all this other stuff. And it's like, I'm smart and I know a decent amount, and this is hard for me. If my normal comedian friends come in here, they're not going to have a clue how to do any of this. You know what I mean? It's just we have to like get one thing going really, really well, make it easy. And then everyone can kind of just, but if we're just all like a drunk improv show.
Yeah. Oh,
that's what we're going to get.
No, that's a great analogy. And I'm looking it up right now. Bitcoin SV, $162.41 right now. So
right. Yeah.
That's pretty cheap.
Look at what is Monero at right now? Like all these ones that are like sound in like the principles are very undervalued. And then you look at BTC and you're like, is the Lightning Network ever going to work? I don't know. Like this is all like speculative. I'm sorry, but okay, if you were dating somebody and they were like, I promise I'm not going to cheat on you after we get married. Like, I don't know. I messed up this analogy. I was trying to do something like, would you retroactively be like, yeah, it's cool? Like, no, you would be like, fulfilled your commitment and then we can move forward to the next thing.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't get a dirty joke in time for that though. Rewind the tape.
Well, it says that Monero is $272.63. And I'll be honest with you, anything fundamentally principled in this world that we've lived, just undervalued. You know what I mean? Like it's just like, nobody cares, No.
Yeah, it's not flashy and trying to get my attention and scam
clearly built on false principles that don't work for sure. And we're like, well, we'll try it this time. It'll work. We just didn't do it right last time.
Yeah, I never want to just do crunches. I'm like, come on, there's got to be some way I can get abs besides that. No,
right?
Just proof of work. That's it.
Give me some potato chip clips that I can strap to my stomach and shoot electric shocks into.
Yeah, way easier. Rather have that.
Yeah, I mean, you make a really good point. And
besides my fumbled one.
Yeah, it still turned out to be a win. But yeah, I mean, I can't believe how cheap that is in comparison, like $162 for.
Yeah, whereas you look at BTC's price, and I mean,
Jesus Lord, I mean, that's more than
any part of the year. Yeah, it's.
Yeah.
For what it offers, you're just like, I don't get it.
And then Monero's 273.
That's nuts. They have the best memes too. I know like Wow trying to be the best memes, but y'all are late.
I don't know who
already had some good ones.
I gotta know who's got the best memes. I mean, that's important.
Yeah. I mean, Doge obviously too. Doge has got some good ones, but I made like one Christmas video, and I always know when Elon Musk has tweeted because it gets more views. Even though it's a Christmas video. Always gets a couple retweets. That guy, he's been tweeting again. What's he up to?
Yeah, dude. Wow, he can shake the earth with a tweet. It's insane.
Isn't that
He's
crazy?
quite a
I
troll
mean,
too.
the other guy sold his tweet as an NFT. Have you gotten into that yet?
Not really. Tell us what an
No.
NFT is.
A non-fungible token. So fungible means it's interchangeable, which is why Monero is such a good coin, because it's one Monero equals one Monero. It's not like with BTC or some of the other ones where they could then retroactively be like, oh, you were part of this transaction. We decide that that's bad. So this is now a tainted coin. Like, whoa, what? That doesn't happen with the dollar, and people do all sorts of stuff with that in strip clubs. So like those shouldn't be fungible really, but
Right?
they are. And okay, so non-fungible tokens. So you're selling like scarce digital art or anything. It could be, land records, things like, I don't know if that would technically fall under NFT or something else, but yeah, there's some artists that are doing a really cool job with this, and then there's some that are just being like, I painted this thing and I'm selling it for $20,000, and you're like, all right. So it's definitely going to have some clogged and not quality pieces on there, but I've definitely seen some really cool ones too, where it's got like movement and music. And so if you buy that, it's got this digital ownership associated with it, so it's not a fake.
Okay.
So you can do it on Ethereum, is where a lot of people are doing it. BSV has one on a program called Run. I'm not smart enough to get it yet, but some of my Twitter friends do. So I know that's coming. And Wave and Wax is when my other friend was saying that they are other platforms that you can use for this kind of stuff.
That's
so
crazy. Okay.
Yeah, we're living through a weird time, man.
It is weird, yeah. Where like digital art, I was like thinking, like, is it like an axe that you
Like
could
a hologram,
do like Warcraft or something? Yeah, or, yeah, that would be even better.
like Princess Leia pops out.
Yeah, an actual lightsaber. Like give me something.
My dog
cool.
would hate that.
Or just like like buying. Like when you go into the Zelda and you like go into the shop and you buy something, it's like, but you're literally buying it with real money, like a fake thing. But
I'm not that dirty. I think I got out at that point before Zelda.
But if it's art and it's creative, then that's kind of cool. I'm sure there's people who are doing, chintzy crap, but I bet there's cool stuff.
But if people are willing to pay for it, then
yeah,
that's on them. It's a mutual thing. But sports people and like celebrities are starting to do them too. Like, I don't know the basketball player's name, but he sold like an NFT of a digital clip of him like dunking. Everyone saw that on the TV for free, so I don't really understand. If he wasn't a celebrity, no one would buy that. But like we're just entering into like very interesting territory with digital ownerships and IP rights and things like that, which is kind of cool though, because I don't know, I never recorded an album because I really wanted to make sure I was like good before I did, because I have some friends that did it like their first year in comedy, and I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that.
gonna wind up on the blockchain like this podcast.
So yeah, but then you had to go through like a whole music house. They had to do all the stuff for you. They had to distribute it. Maybe they had lawyers involved that helped you with the rights. Maybe they were shady and they didn't, like different scenarios. So it's cool now that we're entering. I don't understand how all of it works, but I know like the umbrella idea is I can put out content and I can have smart contracts actually pay me anytime someone views it behind a paywall. I don't know who you hire to do that, but I know it's a possibility. So we're getting into really cool territory now.
I think so too. I love that we have that much control, because it's like when I was a kid and I never really pursued this in any way, because I just did what all my friends did and played baseball or whatever. But I always wanted to be like an improviser, or like to be like on Saturday Night Live or something. And so that's what I loved Saturday Night Live growing up. I mean, it was the best. It was incredible. And Mitch Hedberg, and yeah, it's special.
I would love to see his crypto one-liners if he was.
Oh my God.
I'm a write as if, you know, and I'm not gonna do that good of a job, but I like that. I'm gonna run with that.
Yeah, you should. I heard Ryan Long talking somewhere not too long ago about how like that would be like the worst thing ever to have to work in that situation and write jokes a certain way, and then you have somebody
Right.
breathing on your neck and
Yeah,
all
corporate.
that kind of stuff. We have yeah, and like as an individual, like it's a no-brainer. You can build
Yeah.
your own thing, do it your own way. And yeah, I mean, I think really we just need to try to find other people to help support us who have similar values and stuff, and then
Right.
do our own thing. I've found a lot of success with that, actually.
Yeah, because your friends probably aren't gonna pay for your stuff, which is weird. I remember I ran like a targeted Facebook ad for my fan page, which it got a couple thousand. It was all right. It was all right. But I ran like a $5 ad, and my roommate ended up liking it after I ran that ad. I walked in his room. I was like, "You weren't my fan already? What the heck? You're a terrible friend. I had to pay $5 for you to like this page." So, like, you're always gonna be better off just finding your people and not trying to convince the people to buy your stuff. Like, it's not. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's so true. I mean, what do they say in sales? Don't convince, connect. It's true. I mean,
Yeah.
it really is. Like, those are the people that want to spend money anyway. They're like, I like her. She's funny. Like, I want to spend money now. And
Yep.
I've learned a lot actually about like marketing or whatever. And I'm a huge Bill Hicks fan. So, you know, what he
Yeah.
said, he was like, you know, if you're a marketer, kill yourself. That's what he said. And and I get the sentiment, but I don't think
Yeah.
anybody envisioned the world that we're living in now. You know what I
Maybe
mean?
he did. Maybe that was why he was so angry.
Maybe he did.
Him
So,
and Carlin saw a lot,
oh
and
yeah, they sure
yeah, they
did.
were both pretty angry.
Yeah, they were both pretty angry about it. But I think there's ways to do those types of things that's not so gross and greasy, you know?
No, and
Yeah.
it does involve getting rid of third parties for sure,
Mhm.
because then you can pick what you give your energy to.
Yeah.
Like, you can choose, I don't want to do that show. I do want to do that show. If you have an agent that's always, you know, kind of pimping you out for stuff and deciding where you're going, like, yeah, you don't get much say over the arc of your career and like the integrity you want to keep. Maybe you have none. Maybe you do. It doesn't, it's up to you, you know? That's never really been before. So
Yeah.
it's weird too. Like, I don't know about you, but like I used to spend a lot of time hanging out at comedy clubs, and then you would get in with one booker, and then oh, now they left and they're having a baby. Oh, so and so moved. And you get to start the whole process over again. And it's like, on the one hand, it kind of sucks that, you know, okay, maybe someone is like TikTok famous and they're going to sell out a theater now because of that. But that's just kind of how economics and popularity works, right? Supply and demand. They have more demand. So sorry. But at least if you build up an audience, then you can have more say. Whereas before, you know, you could build up an audience and then, well, that is the nice thing about the blockchain platforms. They can't just delete your page. They can't
Yeah.
just erase your proof of work and say you never had all these people. I mean, yes, you always should have your own database and et cetera. But I mean, it's hard getting people to give you their
Dude,
email. They don't want another email. I don't want
no,
another email.
no
I
doubt.
don't want
Yeah.
another app. So yeah.
No, it's hard. It's a lot to juggle. I mean, you're an entrepreneur, you're a performer, you're a writer, I mean, an actor. You have to do all the things
Yeah.
within just like it's
And
not.
then you make the wrong joke and you're canceled.
Yeah,
It's all
that's
right.
right. That's right. And people can't wait to get you canceled.
Great. Okay, cool. Thanks for wasting 30 years of my life on one shitty joke that I agree sucked. Like,
Oh, it's
you're not allowed to be a human anymore. You mess up. Like,
that's so funny though.
there's some people that are consistent jerks. Okay, yes, those people, you know, probably won't get their comeuppance in this life because they run shit. Sorry. And there's the rest of us that are just getting canceled for a stupid reason that I haven't even gotten canceled yet. I'm just prepping. I just know.
No. I don't know what you're gonna get canceled for, but I can't wait to
I don't
find out.
either. I don't either, but
I can't wait to find out.
I
I can't
care 5 years from now.
I mean, I can't get canceled yet. No, not enough people know who I am to get canceled.
Right. Nobody cares yet.
Fine.
Somebody did a joke about that. They were like, man, I can't even quit comedy because it'd be like, who cares? Like,
yeah.
I got to make it to be able to quit so that someone will miss me. Like, damn. That's a level of comedian sadness I've never reached. Thank God.
Well, there are a lot of sad comedians in the world.
Oh my gosh. Especially the Chicago scene started getting really, really like I would go to open mics and they would just be like, so I want to kill myself. And you're like,
Yeah.
that's not a joke at all.
Yeah.
Do you need a hug? Like, what's going on? Like, yeah.
It's like that in Atlanta too. I've seen a lot of comics make that joke, like way too often.
Right. And it's like not even a joke. And I go talk to them afterwards, but like, I don't know, what am I gonna do? I'm another comedian.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of comedians who have had, difficulties. There's like I said, there's all kinds of different comedians out there, but there are a lot of sad people that just, I guess, I don't know, do they just need some sort of a validation? Maybe they were hurt at a young age and got a laugh or something.
That's why I mean, I told you my mom died. Oh, okay. There goes all my cheering. Better get on stage.
Wow.
But it was good. Kept me occupied. Not sad. Sorry, there's a thunderstorm, I guess.
Wow.
My dog has decided he's gonna get it.
He's got it. He's taking care of it.
Got it. It's taken care of, guys. I'll handle.
Well, it's awesome. I'm glad you're doing the thing and educating me about crypto and NFTs.
Yeah. Do you want to talk more about crypto? I don't know. I kind of knew this would happen with a comedian and another comedian. I was like, yeah, this is gonna be no structure. That's fine.
No, I mean, I usually never do structure anyway. I like to see kind of how the conversation goes. And
most guests will just flow with you.
And it's nice. Like, I mean, I can usually just ask about them, I can ask about, the next thing and the next thing, and then just riff a little bit. It's nice to riff with somebody. A lot of people don't get any of my jokes when I'm on a podcast with them, and that's really uncomfortable. Like, I hate that.
Oh yeah, because you can watch their eyebrows.
Yeah.
Doing it.
Like nothing, just no response at all.
Yeah.
But I found also I've seen actually some people get their comeuppance. I'm just gonna say just to throw that out there.
To bring back that word that needs to come back. Yes.
Yeah, it's a great
very word. Underutilized word.
And I have seen it, so don't lose hope on that. Don't lose hope. People eventually, I think things do actually. I've seen it. I'm seeing it now because I remember when I was a kid. I was like, right? There's no karma. There's no such thing as karma. And then now I'm 38 years old and I'm like about to be 39 and I'm seeing some karma happen.
No, it takes time sometimes. Little kids, I mean, remember how quick your day would go and how like long at the same time? Like, yeah, time is just like way different and instant gratification. Remember that the marshmallow experiment?
No, I don't think so.
They have little kids and they tell them like you can have one marshmallow now or you can wait 5 minutes and get 5 marshmallows or whatever the time amount is. And then they like are filming them and the kids like sitting there like this, just like watching the marshmallow, and almost all of them just eat the one marshmallow. But there's like one kid that waits for the 5 and you're like, that kid's going to be a CEO.
Yep.
That kid's going to do something big because they have that skill to be like, you know what? I'm not going to see it now, but I know. I just keep waiting and keep working. It'll come around. I
see it like so much. Like a lot of the things that I've seen in comedy are kids that were just awful, like just no talent at all. Not funny, not really any stage, nothing to say. And then they just hang with it. And in 2-3 years, they're, featured at the Laughing Skull, at the comedy club.
Did they get funny too, or not yet?
They actually do get funny.
Okay, good. Yeah, if you keep going, you'll learn.
They figure it out, Yeah,
you just keep wasting time. One of the two.
Yes, hang with it. And the same is true, I think, with the karma thing. It's like it's easy to lose hope and be like, that person's a shitbag. Like, why don't they get their comeuppance? But if you just like don't worry about them, worry about yourself.
Yes.
Because the more you hover, right? Like
and the more then they're gonna affect you in your life and you don't need that.
Exactly.
Just It's like the Peanuts character. What was I'm like Dustbin, that's not his name.
The dust, yeah.
Pigpen.
Pigpen, yeah.
Dustbin, what a terrible name for a character. Yeah, it's like that with their bad energy. They've got that fly above their head, right? You just gotta stay over there.
That's great.
Yeah.
They're I've seen a lot of people get good eventually, and
Yeah. I'm sure
myself,
people have said that about me.
yeah. I'm not saying that.
I'm sure people have said the opposite about me.
Yeah.
Man, she used to be good. Now she's talking about these coins. I don't know.
Mine are all like, oh God, here comes this conspiracy theorist guy again.
Right?
I gotta change my act up because people are like, I'm over it, bro. Stop with the tinfoil hatties.
Whatever. Sam Tripoli is getting bank off of that. I hope he is. I don't know.
I think he's doing pretty well.
Better than my friend at the open mic, like
yeah, I think he's doing all right. Well, I mean, that's the reason why I think, it's cool to be able to talk to you, and I'm actually talking to him soon on his show. And I just want to
met him yet, but there's enough friends that are mutual. I feel like soon
it's gonna happen. And I just want to meet as many other people too who are like, open-minded, I would say, like truly open-minded, right? Like I'll accept you if you want to like go and commie with your friends out in the woods. I'm not going to be mad about it.
Just don't make anyone else do it.
Yeah, just don't force me to do stuff. That's all I'm asking. That's literally it. Yeah, it's not a lot to ask.
Yeah.
But yeah, like we just kind of keep networking and seeing what we can put together. I think it'd be a lot of fun. I'm down here in the dirty South. You're in the Midwest. There's people up in New Jersey and Washington, D.C. and all over the place. So when you do start, moving and doing stuff again, just reach out. Let me know when you're going to be down here. And I'll do whatever I can for you.
And if you guys have conferences, you at least know 2 comedians that know more about this than probably your financial advisor.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a problem.
This is not financial advice, but like that shouldn't be either,
Right. Yeah. Neither is buy these stocks, neither is buy.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Do as many moves as possible so I can get as many fees as possible. Like, not that guy.
No.
Not that guy.
No.
Good improv character though, but you don't want him in your life for real.
That's right. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. It's really nice talking to you. I really enjoyed the chat.
I'm sorry. Every time I laughed, my computer probably moved. I'll have like a table next time. I'm like,
oh, that's all right.
Trying to get a work from home setup that,
yeah. We're all working on it. It's all
right.
good.
Yeah. No one was like prepared with this except celebrities that had studios in their homes anyways.
Right. Exactly.
The rest of us.
And we're frozen. Am I still frozen? I see that this thing is recording. Oh no, Melissa. All right, everybody. Well, I guess it's a great time to wrap this up because it doesn't seem like she's coming back to life yet. But when she does come back to life, I hope to have her on the podcast again. And I hope you all had a great time watching this episode. And I really appreciate each and every one of you. Check out Melissa at melissarichelle.com. I'll put a link in the show notes. And check out her comedy. And we'll see you next time on this podcast that is called the Bootsy Greencast. Thanks, everybody. Peace.